My father-in-law, who was supposed to be hospitalized, came to visit my house. I was so surprised that I froze on the spot.
Sorry for the sudden visit.
I was startled by his words.
Are you okay to be out?
There's something I'm worried about. Is he here?
No. But isn't he at the hospital? Please wait a minute. I'll try to contact him right away.
I hurriedly called my husband.
Where are you right now?
I'm visiting Dad. Don't call me because I'm busy.
A question popped into my head.
Huh? Your dad is right next to me.
What?
My husband was flustered, even over the phone. My father-in-law came to expose my husband's secret. And I swore to cooperate with my father-in-law and get revenge on my husband. My name is Remy. I'm a 33-year-old housewife. I've been married to Jace for 5 years. I met Jace when he picked me up. It was when I was drinking with my friends that he approached me. After that, it was a whirlwind.
I want you to marry me. I will definitely make Remy happy. I won't ever let you feel lonely.
I received Jace's proposal 2 years after we started dating. Of course, my answer was already decided.
Of course. Yes.
I'm glad.
Jace showed a relieved expression. Then he told me another surprising fact.
Also, I found it hard to say this before, but actually, I'm going to take over my father's company and become the president.
Why didn't you tell me until now? Then Jace began to speak with a somewhat somber expression.
In the past, when I mentioned that I was the son of the president, many people approached me for money. That's why I kept it hidden.
I see.
And the thing is, that was my first time picking someone up. I fell in love with Remy at first sight and was encouraged by a friend to do it.
That was unexpected. I thought maybe he was a frivolous person when he picked me up. But I was wrong. Jace, who shyly shared this with me, only made me feel more fond of him. And we got married, accepted by my in-laws.
Really? Is that okay?
Yes, of course. Think of this as a wedding gift.
We received a house where my in-laws had lived when they were young. It was a happy occasion for us, who were looking for a new home, but I couldn't help feeling a bit hesitant.
Is it really okay?
My parents said it's okay, so let's gratefully accept it.
And so our married life began. After the marriage, my in-laws often invited us to their home. I became lonely around the same time I graduated from college when my mother passed away.
How's married life?
Thanks to you, it's going well. Jace is considerate of me, so I'm not lacking anything.
That's good to hear.
And you can think of us as your parents too.
No, We would be happy if Remy thought of us that way.
Then I will think of you that way from now on. My in-laws, perhaps concerned about my situation, spoke such kind words to me. I never doubted that this kindness would continue forever. And a year after we got married, I found out I was pregnant. I didn't particularly suffer from morning sickness, and I was able to carry on with household chores as usual.
Is the baby going to be a boy or a girl?
I don't know yet. But which do you prefer?
I'm sure both would be adorable.
It was truly delightful that Jace shared in the joy with me. And the baby turned out to be a girl, whom we named Mira. My mother-in-law often came to help me, who was not used to parenting. The only concern was Myra's severe night crying.
I'm sorry. I'll calm her down right away.
I was worried about Jace, who was tired from work. Lately, the company's management had been going well, and it was just about to take off.
What are you talking about? It's natural for babies to cry, isn't it?
But then you won't be able to sleep, right? So, in another room.
Then Jace became angry.
What are you saying? There's no need for Remy to do such a thing.
But at this rate.
That's it. Since there's a company house, I'll stay there regularly. That way, Remy won't have to worry unnecessarily, right?
Jace's suggestion was indeed welcome. However, it felt a bit reluctant to drive out Jace, who was the head of the household. I consulted with my mother-in-law.
I see. I understand how you feel, Remy.
What should I do?
Since Jay says so, you might as well spoil yourself this time.
Is it really okay to do that?
Remy, you're too considerate. You should take it easy. Otherwise, Mira will start worrying too.
I decided to take my mother-in-law's advice and spoil myself with Jace's help. After that, Jace spent weekdays at the company house and weekends at home with the family.
Look, Mira! It's Dad!
Jace seemed to enjoy his time with his daughter more than anything.
She laughs when she's with Remy, but I feel like she frowns when I talk to her.
It must be your imagination.
Really?
Really. You worry too much. This lifestyle continued, and about 3 months had passed. I didn't miss the subtle changes in Jace when he came home. He would give half-hearted responses to my stories and seemed to be thinking about something else, even when at home, always looking at his smartphone. Are you thinking about something?
Huh? Why?
Just because you look troubled.
It's nothing.
Then Myra's night crying stopped, and she was about to turn 1 year old. So I thought it was time for Jace to come back home. It's about time Myra's night crying has calmed down, don't you think? You can come back home, right?
Yeah. I guess so.
His reply was very vague. After that, Jace started to come back home, but he sometimes stayed at the company house on weekdays and weekends, saying he was busy. And then I noticed something. When I received Jace's suit when he came home, there was a perfume smell. Not only that, but there was something like red lipstick on the shirt he had thrown away. What kind of work did you do today?
What's with the sudden question?
I was just curious because you looked busy.
It's nothing interesting.
He clearly avoided the topic. Jace was definitely hiding something from me, and I needed to find out the truth. Of course, I felt angry at Jace, but I didn't want to act on my emotions.
Where should I start?
Then I hired a detective to investigate, and I also took a bold action. Since I knew the address, I went to the company house with the excuse of bringing something he had forgotten.
Jace! You left something behind. You said you were staying today and you'll need it tomorrow, right?
What? Really? What should I do?
Don't worry. I'm in front of the company house right now.
Ha! What are you talking about?
Jace was clearly flustered. I ignored that and continued the conversation.
So, I'm in front of the company house where you are right now.
Why?
Why? Because you forgot something, and I thought it would be a hassle without it.
Wait there for a minute, please.
Then Jace ran to the door. His clothes were disheveled, and they looked like he had just put them on.
Here, this.
Oh, thank you. I didn't expect you to come. How's Mira?
She's fine. Your mother came to visit today, and she's taking care of her at home.
I see.
What's the hurry?
I glanced at the back, and I saw a woman looking at us from the shadow of the stairs. I understood intuitively. That woman was Jace's affair partner. And it wouldn't be strange for them to meet at the company house.
No, it's nothing.
Then I'll go home, okay?
Yeah, take care.
And is it okay that she's been looking at us the whole time?
Ha!
When Jace turned around, the young woman who had been watching us from the stairs was gone. After that, Jace hardly ever went to the company house. He probably thought it was too risky. And one day, I got a phone call at home.
Thanks for meddling.
Who are you?
Don't you know?
I realized that the caller was the woman I saw that time. I quickly pressed the record button. Oh, you're the affair partner from that time?
You're not worthy of him.
She hung up the phone. I thought this would be evidence, but I got even more lucky. The results of the investigation I had requested arrived. When I opened the envelope, there were photos of Jace and a young woman. The woman looked like the one I saw when I visited the company house. I wondered how to tell Jace about this.
Dad was taken to the hospital. Remy, come right now.
I put the envelope in the drawer and rushed to the hospital. There, Jace and my mother-in-law were waiting.
How's your father?
I'm sorry to have you come all this way. He just finished the treatment, but he might have to stay in the hospital for a while.
Is that so?
And we don't know what will happen from now on. And you have Mira too, Remy. So you don't have to come here anymore.
But...
Then Jace said,
Mom said so too. Can't you do as she says? As Mom said, you have Mira too, and it must be hard for you.
That's true, but...
Just do as she says.
I was worried about my father-in-law, who was like a father to me, but I had no choice but to go home when he said that. I didn't want to make him worry more by being there. When I got home, I got more voicemails from that woman. And one after another. Are you still not out? Hurry up and leave. If you keep relying on him, you don't know what will happen, do you? There were almost 10 voicemails like that. If you don't break up soon, you and your child won't know what will happen to you. The last one even threatened our safety. 2 days later, I got a phone call from Jace.
From today, I'm going to stay at the hospital for a while to watch over Dad. You stay quiet at home.
What? Wait.
The phone was cut off before I could say anything. And the next day, someone who shouldn't have come came to visit.
Sorry for the sudden visit.
I was stunned.
Are you okay to be out?
There's something I'm worried about. Is he here?
No. He seems to have gone out earlier. Please wait a minute. I'll try to contact him.
I hurriedly called Jace.
Where are you right now?
I'm visiting Dad. Don't call me when I'm busy.
a question popped into my head. I wondered what Jace was talking about.
Huh? Your dad is right next to me.
What?
Jace was flustered, even over the phone. That's when I finally realized it. Jace lied to me to hide his affair. And my father-in-law came to expose Jace's secret.
Where are you right now?
I put the phone on speaker and handed it to my father-in-law.
Dad,
Answer me quickly.
I'm at a hotel right now.
Then bring your partner here right now. You know what will happen if you don't, right?
And my father-in-law hung up the phone. When did you notice?
He shows it on his face when he lies.
Is that all?
And I heard a report that he's been getting along well with a female employee lately.
Is that so? I swore to cooperate with my father-in-law and get revenge on Jace. And 30 minutes later, Jace and his affair partner arrived.
Come here and sit down.
The two sat on the sofa without saying anything.
You know what I want to say, right? Jace.
Oh, yeah.
Jace looked like he had no way out. That's not surprising, since I've never seen Jace go against his father. I felt no sympathy for Jace, who was clearly intimidated.
And that's your affair partner, right?
Jace didn't deny or admit it. At that point, it was as if he was saying yes.
Why don't you explain it yourself? Or do you need evidence?
I went to the drawer where I had put the photos. I couldn't stand Jace, who wouldn't admit his fault even at this point.
Look, you have to admit it when you see this.
I scattered the evidence photos on the table. There were Jace and his affair partner, arm in arm.
When did you?
It was obvious, wasn't it? And there's more.
I played the content that his affair partner must have called.
This is you, right?
I confronted his affair partner.
Huh? Do you have any proof that this is me? Can you stop talking nonsense?
I see. Then how about this?
I talked about the voicemail that came 2 days ago. Everyone in the room listened to the saved voicemail.
Isn't the last one a threat to us? Trying to kill us.
Why did you do that?
I did it for Jace's sake.
Well, the truth is out now.
My father-in-law sighed.
Wait a minute. Dad!
What will I wait for? You're not fit to be a president.
What?
It's already decided. There's no change now.
Then it's fine if I break up with her, right?
My father-in-law and I looked at each other and nodded. We thought that the man in front of us was no good.
Do you realize what you're saying? You're only digging your own grave by saying that.
Then what should I do?
If you want to be punished so badly, I'll do it. It seems that there's a shortage of manpower in the countryside, so why don't you go there?
Why me too?
Did I say anything?
No.
And I made the final move.
Then I'll give you this before you forget.
It was a divorce paper.
We can't be a couple anymore after this. My name is already filled in.
Do you really intend to divorce me?
Of course. I can't stand being with a scum like you anymore.
Saying that, my father-in-law and I left the house. After that, thanks to my father-in-law's suggestion, I was able to stay at his house.
I'm really sorry that my son caused you trouble this time.
He apologized to me. I felt pity and anger at Jace, who made his father do such a thing.
It's okay. Please cheer up.
I can't calm down like this. So I have a proposal. I'm thinking of giving you one of my villas.
What? You don't have to do that for me.
Then my mother-in-law came.
I don't mean to be pushy, but could you please accept my husband's proposal?
I couldn't refuse when they said such things to me. I understand. Thank you very much for letting me use it.
And you are like a real daughter to us, Remy. So don't hesitate from now on.
I was grateful for their warm words. I desperately held back the tears that were about to overflow. I couldn't show them tears after they did so much for me.
And thinking about your future life, I'm going to introduce you to some companies I know.
Thank you for everything.
Then I divorced Jace. I don't know what happened to Jace and his affair partner, who were sent to the countryside. And I demanded compensation from Jace and his affair partner. And I also demanded compensation from his affair partner based on the content of the voicemail that could be construed as a threat. After that, I got a job at a company that my father-in-law introduced me to.
How are you doing?
Yes, thanks to you, I'm doing well.
That's good. Please come and visit us again when you settle down. My wife is waiting for you too.
I understand. I'll definitely bring Mira with me.
I will protect my precious daughter with all my might. My daughter no longer has a father, but she doesn't need a father like that. Instead, we have our real family who think of us as their own.
Did you feel refreshed? If you like and subscribe to our channel, it will motivate us to make more videos. Please watch the next video too.